Welcome back. We're still here at Miami-Dade College honoring Black Tech Week. I'm here with the youngest African-American venture capitalist in the country. We're here with Delane Parnell. How are you?
I'm doing well. Nice to meet you.
Awesome. Same here. So, you're a college student. You're 22 years old. Can you tell me what school you go to?
Michigan, and in Michigan, so University of Michigan. So I go part-time. I work full-time. So after high school, I did a few ventures. So I kind of, decided to focus my efforts more on the companies that I was starting at the time than school. But yeah, so I still go part-time in communications.
So can you tell me more about your company? Elaborate for
Yeah,
a little
so
bit.
I work at a venture capital fund called Inkwell, which is in Michigan. We do early stage investments in high growth, high potential technology companies. We're sector agnostic, so across all industries, location agnostic, everywhere, in the country and also in Canada. We invest $250,000 into 35, 40 companies annually.
So I understand that you've invested in quite a few companies. Why did you go about investing in these companies?
So at our fund, Inkwell, we've invested in about 28 companies so far, one exit since 2013. I personally sourced, and source means I found these companies, 6 of those investments. Investments at our fund, every fund is different, but at our fund it's very collaborative. So everyone has a say-so in investing into the actual company. But in terms of the sourced investments, they range from pretty much anything from a website that grades products with chemicals in it called Labdoor, whether it's energy drinks or household products, to a little hardware device that you can slip into your wallet or stick to items to help you find them called Tracker. So pretty much all across the board. And we invest in them because we see a lot of potential in some of the industries that they're in, the markets, and most importantly, we idolize the founders. They're really hardworking people, they're passionate, they're intelligent, and we believe that they'd be able to execute.
Now you're really young to be the first African American to do this. I mean, you're 22 years old. When did you realize that this is what you wanted to go into, that this is what you wanted to do?
Yeah, so I'm not the first. There's very few others, a lot older, just the youngest. At 18, actually, I realized that I wanted to be a venture capitalist. Being an entrepreneur is tough. I've done a few ventures that have been successful and then also have failed. I always kind of consider myself a support system for entrepreneurs. So my way of doing that was to be an investor. So not only could I provide financial capital and financial support to some of these companies, but I could be there at 3 in the morning when they need to bounce ideas off of someone. I could be there when they're having problems recruiting talent and retaining talent. I can be there when they're struggling to close out their rounds to raise additional capital, or when they have trouble with their financial stuff like that. So I love entrepreneurs. I have the utmost respect for entrepreneurs. So me investing in them is just one way that I support the culture of entrepreneurship.
Can you tell me about some of the different challenges and struggles that you've faced?
It's not necessarily hard. I think the biggest, at least for me, because I have some natural abilities that allow me to be successful at this. The hardest part is, being willing to learn, right? So as VCs, we oftentimes have our own theories and our own principles on what makes a successful team or company, but we have to be able to adapt and to be open to other people's opinions, to other people's ways of doing stuff. Finding great people, great companies is harder than you think. They're out there, right? But sometimes we just can't get in a deal because they're closed or they've already raised or it's too far along. So, putting ourselves out there, having the resources in place to help our founders and finding them, I think are the biggest challenges.
I know we have to really wrap this up. My last question for you, any advice that you have for any other college students?
Yeah, so great question, by the way. Read as much as possible, talk to as many people as possible who are doing the stuff that you're interested in, whether it's venture capital or anything else. Make friends with people who do the stuff that you want to do, because that's your support system. Oftentimes when you embark on a path, whether it's venture capital or something else that no one really does, or at least no one in your family or in your close circle do, you oftentimes don't have anyone to talk to. So you get discouraged and you then start to say, well, why should I do that? that, or should I do this? So I think surrounding yourself by people who are also interested in stuff that you're interested in and are motivated to do similar things is very important. So do that, read, network, and just be passionate about what you want to do and believe in yourself.
Well, thank you. We appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule, coming, sitting down, letting us know about what you do. We just talked with Delane Parnell. We'll be right back after this short break.